Yeah, so I think a big question that we get when we're like growing apart from friends, it's like we're growing spiritually or we're growing in our lives and they're staying stuck, is that there's guilt about kind of growing apart from them and we feel obligated to still hang out with them, but we're just like we don't want to hang out with them because they're negative or they have they're constantly complaining about their life and these kinds of things. So there's people that bring us up, they're like energy chargers, and there's people that are energy suckers and drain us, right? So we just want to try and surround ourselves with people that bring us up as much as possible. As we grow spiritually and we start to notice that energy drain and energy suck type of people, there's two things. One is the first thing you're going to want to do is probably try and change your friend. So that's what happens to most people. We grow spiritually and we want to change our friends, right? But if you want to change people, the first thing you need to do is let go of your desire to change people, right? So this is what they should be doing is the thing you want to be keeping an eye on, because you don't want ever to be imposing your beliefs or your opinions onto your friends, because then it creates judgment. And then when you start judging people, then you start feeling judged yourself, and it's this whole snowball effect. So the first thing you need to do is just have acceptance for where they're at. They just have yet to come to the realizations that they need to come to in order to start growing spiritually. So when you have that level of acceptance, then you can start to hang out with them without feeling so kind of miserable anymore, because when they complain or when they are like, angry at the world, you can just kind of see it from where they're at, right? Like for me, I can be in a room with anybody, people that are at the lowest end of the spectrum, and not allow them to suck my energy, because I just have acceptance for them. It's like I can just see where they're at, right? So I still, because of that acceptance, I still really get things from the friendship and the relationship. So I think the first thing is to have acceptance for where they're at. The second thing is let go of your desire to change them. Just let it go. The third thing is, if you really want to change people, is like the best thing you can do is fix what's going on inside of you, right? It's never about what's going on out there. It's always about what's going on in here. So when you fix what's going on inside you, naturally, you're going to bring people up that are around you. It's like you get it by osmosis, right? So it's like you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with most. So naturally, you're just going to move in the direction your friends and family around you are going to come up with you, whether they want to or not. They're just going to get it by osmosis. So you can just change yourself, and you're going to help change your friends. But with all of that being said, there are just some relationships that eventually that you just need to let go of, right? Because they are just continuing to bring you down. They're I don't want to say not serving you in any way, but they're just negative and toxic relationships, right? And you just don't want to surround yourself with that, right? So letting go of the guilt of not hanging out with them is a tough thing to do, but that brings up the question again for you, is like the people pleasing, right? Everybody has to like me, right? So really digging into where that began in your life, why people pleasing was created. And people pleasing is a mechanism that is created to not make you feel a certain way, right? Which is probably like unworthy, shameful, whatever it may be. I don't know what it is for you, but understanding that is just a mechanism that's protecting you from not feeling a certain way, which is people don't like me. If I cut this person off, they're not going to like me anymore, and how that affects you, right? So learning how to overcome that. Where did that people-pleasing mechanism begin? And then once you understand that, you can be free of it. There will be no more guilt about cutting friends off that are toxic, because you realize is like, this is probably what's best for them and also what is best for you, right? So usually what is in the highest good is in the highest good for all, okay? So it's like, if you're feeling the urge to cut yourself off from a toxic friend or a toxic relationship, it's probably in the highest good, both for you and both for them, for that friendship to be over. But what you need to learn to do is to understand what that makes you feel like on the inside by cutting somebody off, because you're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel ashamed, you're going to think that person doesn't like me, they're going to talk bad about me. These are all the thoughts I go through, but it's like, that's a pattern, right? And learning where that pattern began in your life and learning how to heal from it is what is going to allow you to finally cut that person off and not feel the guilt and the shame and all the stuff that goes along with it.